Name's Caden Ferraro.
Dusty Hart.
Connor McGinnis.
Coach, before opening thoughts, how's your heart?
Probably need to check my blood pressure right now, for real. Just crazy game, man. Unbelievable.
Go ahead with some opening thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, just two resilient teams. Nobody wanted to go home. Everybody battling till the last out. Can't say enough about Florence-Darlington and their heart that they showed. We knew they showed it the other day. We just happened to be home, and you kind of thought we were going to get it done there. 3 outs from the run rule, and man, what are you going to do? They just kept hitting barrels after barrels, and just wouldn't go away. So we just had to keep fighting.
Coach, you said to the guys on the bus last night that you have to want to be the guy. Paxton Terveen comes into the game, probably the biggest inning at first base in his life, and holds on for a crazy play. Just talk about every guy that you used tonight that was willing to go in there and give you everything they had.
I mean, we've told them all year it's going to take every guy in that dugout, and I don't know if they really believe us or not, because it's kind of hard. It's really hard when you don't play every day. The guys that play every day, they see it, they know it, and the guys that are in the dugout, it's hard on those guys because everybody wants to play, and we know they want to play. But it really is true. It's cliche, but there's so much truth to cliches because it's true. So it's going to take every guy, and the guys we got in there today stepped up for us.
The ninth inning, they had trouble finding the plate, but you called for the one key bunt play, and it was executed. How important was that in the sequence?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to call a bunt right there, especially after 2 walks, and I mean, it's probably just one of those things. It's like it's do or die. You have to get the runners to second and third right there. Really didn't want to bunt. Honestly, I would rather have let him walk. Just got to trust your player and trust that he's going to get a strike to bunt. And that was what the message was to him was, do not bunt a pitch out of the strike zone. And we were taking one there too. So the first was like a fake bunt, if you will. And if he got ahead, we were going to bunt. And then he did. And then we got the bunt job done. So just great job of executing.
Ideally, you don't want to use Davenport today, but he comes in and, gives you enough to get the job done. Just thoughts on him coming at the end, doing a job.
Well, there is no tomorrow without today. I mean, it didn't go the way we planned it to go, but at the same time, it's just going to take somebody else stepping up tomorrow. And I know somebody will. We just got to keep doing what we do offensively and defensively. And, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's 1-0 or 21-19. You just got to have one more run on the scoreboard than they do at the end.
Dusty, talk about your catching up in this game. They worked hard, and the pitchers got the confidence to throw whatever pitch.
Yeah, Ethan Gonzalez has done a hell of a job, man. He didn't catch for us. He wasn't our everyday catcher probably all year. We kind of rotated through 3 guys, and he's kind of stepped up here lately, and he's been the workhorse. This is probably the first time he's caught 4 games in a row in his life. So, I mean, he was a little tired there probably towards the end and probably would like to have some of those pitches back. But, I mean, I think that's one thing about this team. Deep down, they love each other and they trust each other, and that's why we're one of the last 3 teams standing in the country.
Katie, did you talk about what this coaching staff does with you guys in instilling the discipline you have at the plate and be very selective at the plate?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have some power guys in the lineup, and just knowing your role in that moment to see some pitches when the guy's struggling a little bit is a big thing. Obviously, when I was up there and it was 3-1, I wanted to take a hack. I wanted to get that hit to score 3 guys, score 2 guys. But, you really got to understand that this is the team game right here. And that walk kind of tied the game up and stuff like that. Does, Connor, next guy walks again and stuff like that wins ball games. And, just having the confidence to know that your teammates behind you got your back and not to be selfish is kind of what got us through that last inning.
And then you followed it up with another walk. Again, patience.
Yes. I mean, our big thing this whole entire tournament has just been passing the bat and just letting the next guy do it. If you don't have the opportunity to that at bat, then just letting the next guy do it and just keep on passing it.
Can you describe just for yourself the emotions of watching the score go back and forth the way it did, and especially second night in a row?
Yeah.
A hard game like this.
I mean, they're in like the seventh, like Dusty was saying. I mean, we had the run rule there, and there's barreling up everything, and I mean, it was hard, yeah. And then we got back on our feet and just kept on pushing.
I mean, just back-to-back nights. I mean, these got to be for guys on the edges here. These got to be two of the craziest games you've ever played in your career.
100%, yeah. I mean, I've never been a part of a game that ended like that. I mean, with a score like that and just the way the whole thing unfolded.
Coach, did you think it was fitting for a game like this to come down to a review? I mean, pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, nothing ever surprises me. I can tell you, I've pretty much seen it all at this point. But going back to what he just said, I'm not sure I've ever seen two games back to back like that. I'm just glad we were on the good side today as opposed to yesterday. But baseball will humble you pretty quick. As soon as you think you got it figured out, it tends to remind you that you don't. So you just got to keep your feet on the ground. And I think that's one thing that this club does really well is they just keep playing. I mean, can you imagine the emotions they were going through, being that close to being a run rule and then losing the lead on a home run at that, and the will and the grit it took for these guys to fight back. It's just unbelievable.
And finally, for me as a head coach, are you kind of excited just to challenge the piece and the pitching picture together tomorrow, see how you're going to make things work?
Well, I wish we didn't have to use Davenport. You can thank Flodar for that. But it is what it is for me. I mean, we tell them all the time, it's personnel, not personal. They're pieces to a chess piece. So we're just trying to put them out there in the right situations to have success. And, they don't have to agree with it. It's okay for them to disagree with us. We're definitely not right all the time. So, but we are on the same page. We don't have any problem explaining what we're doing. And that's one thing about our lineup. It's kind of two lineups in one. You got the top four, and then we kind of start over with Bishop and Lipsy as like a 1-2 and the 5-6. And then you got the Fury, the power guys at the bottom. So that's what makes it so difficult to navigate that lineup.
Anybody else? Guys, good luck or good job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
All right. Start, introduce yourself and then pick up the microphone and speak in it when you are called on. Coach, we'll start with you.
Preston McDonald.
Zach Hunt. Devin Mitchell.
Ron Kellis.
Coach, some thoughts on the game.
Wow. First off, congratulations to Blinn. Man, every time we punch, they punch back, and it we talked about it. Whoever scores 21st is going to win, and that 100% is what we said in the dugout. And I felt pretty good when we got up 19-18 after we're battling back from being 9 down. I mean, how impressive is that, man? This group of guys is just so special. They're never out of it. They really believe in each other, and sort of talented group. I'm just so proud of them. But if I could do it over again, I'd go to Derek Duvall again. We don't get to this point in the season without him. And, I think that was the first earned runs he's given up since March the 5th. So, there's no second guessing ourselves. I would have went to him if I had to do it all over again. But, we got to, the winning run to the plate in the bottom of the ninth. And, I just couldn't get the big hit. But I'm just so impressed with what we did offensively out here. I felt like we were really good offensively all weekend. Just too many free passes today, and you can't make errors and walk guys against a team like Blinn who can really hit. They're going to make you pay for it, and that's what happened today.
How are your players able to hold that composure when you're down so many runs? Is it just the process that you've been through all year?
That's a great question, and I'm not sure if I even know the answer to that. They're just tough kids, and for me, I'm not sure if that's something you can develop or not. I mean, that's just something that that's how they were raised, and man, I just appreciate my guys for letting me go on this journey with them this year, man. What an awesome season it's been. I hate we came up a little bit short, but I'm just really proud of everything they've done this year.
Mr. McKellis, 8th inning, you got the walk to sort of help start the momentum going. Were you just trying to be really patient and look for a good pitch?
Yeah, absolutely. Just looking for a good pitch to hit, and I got one, and I was under it. But fortunate enough to work a walk for this guy here to get us a 3-run jack to put us back up. But yeah, I mean, in a moment like that, you're just trying to put together a good at bat and not get outside of yourself. So,
Coach, have you ever been part of something like this crazy?
Never. That was just a unbelievable game. Both offenses, it was just going back and forth, and you try to get somebody to go out there and put up a 0 to try to keep some momentum in your dugout, but it's just really tough to when you got so many good hitters. The wind's blowing out, and you're deeper into the weekend, so guys are struggling throwing strikes. And but no, I've never been a part of anything like that. And the fact that we were down 9 and came back to take the lead going into bottom or top of the ninth. I mean, that's just something special there. I hate we couldn't finish it.
Mr. Mitchell, take us through your at bat when you got the home run there at the 8th inning.
Yeah, it was truly something special. You just really have to step back in that moment and breathe and relax and not get too out of yourself. And it was tough at the end there, but you really got to relax, and you put all the work in. There should be no pressure, and you just go out there and perform.
You got the pitch that you wanted to see.
Yes, sir. It floated right in there.
You knew it was right gone.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hunt, early in the game, you hit a home run to get things started when things looked pretty bleak. What was that at bat like for you?
So when I saw the lefty, I was like, I just got to stick to my approach, and I've been working on that recently, just working backside because that's where I get all my power at. And I saw him; he hung a curveball, and I just went with it and hit it where it's pitched.
I mean, you guys come in here with 2 trips ever and 0-2 both times. I can't imagine many folks expected this out of your team. I mean, to go out there and deliver, possibly the best season this program has seen. How do you guys just, obviously didn't end how you wanted it to, but how do you reflect back on this campaign?
Well, it's something that you'll really it'll really sink in probably tomorrow. Once you get a good night's sleep and you wake up tomorrow and man, you think about just how magical this year was. I told somebody yesterday, I said it feels like I'm in a dream right now, and it's tough the way it ended, but it's been just an unbelievable ride, and I didn't have to do much other than wave guys around and write the lineup card. These guys are the ones that they're having to make the pitches in the tough moments, and they're having to come up with the clutch hits and make the plays under pressure, and the fact that they just continue to do that over and over again, just kind of shows how special they are. It's just a fun ride. I'm just so proud of everything these guys have done for our program and the ride that we've been on this year, and what we did this weekend was pretty special.
It's a very young group you have. What sort of foundation does this help the program for the future?
Well, obviously we've got some key sophomores that, just are going to be really, really tough to replace. You can't really replace some of those type guys, and I know they're going to have bright futures at their next stop. But like you said, we do have some freshmen, a couple sitting right here that I just had great tournaments, and I think that should give them some confidence going into next year that, hey, I can play with the best in the country, and I want them to remember this feeling, because when you think about this feeling right here, you don't want to feel this feeling again, right? So you're gonna make sure you do everything to prevent that from happening, next year. So I'm not really worried about next year right now. Just want to go love on these guys, and I know some of them are really hurting, and just want to make sure they know that they have nothing to be ashamed of, and no reason to be upset, and hold their heads up, because it's just been a special year, and only one team gets to dog pile at the end, and unfortunately it wasn't us.
Anybody else? All right, great job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.